more impressive? I
mean, Chicago's a good team, and DeMar and Zach have been just ripping everybody apart. Sometimes those guys go for 50, 60, even 70 points between the two of them. And for us to play them to those types of numbers, says a lot about the way our wings guarded, but our team defense was in a really good place. And then I told the guys, the way we compete every night is something that we don't take for granted. And the carryover from the shoot around this morning, Coach Gates and Kevin Young, MB, B. Randall, Coach Randy, like the constant barrage of, concepts that we go over, they seem tedious in the morning, and you're not quite sure if the guys are like absorbing it or if they're like, here we go again, until you see them on the floor and they're just locked in and focused and looking you in the eye. And then they carry it over to the game. Like I just told them, like that was what I was most pleased with, the way we compete and the way we had great intention about the carryover into the game. And so I just think that it's a really good win. Most impressive, I don't know, but it's a really good win for us with so many guys out. To be able to win a game like that is pretty cool.
In terms of just, Booker and Ayton, their ability to do what they do, these other guys, just what you see.
I mean, Book is, one of those guys that has so many layers and facets to his game, the ability to facilitate, to knock down shots, to attack the basket. I'm learning each year how to coach him and try to put him in spots where he can be efficient, because our team has changed from year to year. We used to have Dario and Frank out there, and now we got JaVale. So that's a different way to, teach and coach in the second unit. But with he and DA, I mean, for those guys to put up those kinds of numbers without Chris, I won't say it excites me because I don't get too excited about stuff like that, but it does tell you how much our team has grown and continues to grow with different guys out of the lineup.
And also how much Deandre, we talk about that periodically, but again, the consistency.
Well, he's aggressive, in the post. He's making violent moves with the ball. I didn't see a ton of finesse tonight. I saw, like, I'm getting to my spot, and if you're not going to give me any resistance, I may go through you and finish with a jump hook or a turnaround or whatever, even on his face-ups. It's not a finesse face-up. It's a violent face-up. And the touch to knock down those shots is a weapon for us. So, like I said, we don't want to be Chris and Book dimensional. We want to be able to go to other guys so that they're comfortable. So in those key moments, it's not something new for them and it's not something new for us.
Chicago came out a lot more aggressive in that second half. What did you like about the way that you guys responded to some of those traps?
Yeah, I just thought after the timeout, we talked about how we were going to space off of that a little bit, maybe pull those blitzes away from the basket so we could have cleaner spacing. But we had really good poise. We say that word a lot, but it's just our word. When they made a few shots to start, we didn't see any wavering mentally with our guys. We just made a few adjustments on our spacing, and we just kept attacking them. And, we held them to 24 points. That's a good point total in this economy of the NBA.
Torrey Craig hasn't missed a shot in 2 starts now. How are you going to take him back out of the starting lineup?
It's like stuff like that, man, that like they should pay me extra to do media when I have to answer questions like that. Can I get that in my contract? Like retroactively or something? Can we get use one of those words? Maybe get a stipend every time I walk in. so I won't have to answer. If I do have to answer a question, they have to like pay me like $100 a person. I just think the way our team is set up, like guys understand their roles, you know. What we've told Torrey is to be balanced in what he's doing. I thought when we first got him, he was jacking up a lot of threes. And we just told him, like, you got to mix up your balance a little bit. And I think that's helping him. He's attacking the rim like he did last year. And it's really helped us. The shot he hit at the top of the key where he was doing it off the bounce, like that's not something you're going to see Torrey doing on a regular basis. He had to take that shot because the shot clock was going down, but he's been really efficient. And like I said, we need guys to play that way for those moments when teams try to take Chris and Book out. We want guys to be comfortable and know that they can score and be free to score that way. I think it's just going to make us an even tougher team. And when Chris and the guys start to come back, we don't want anybody to change. We want those guys to play the same way.
Monty, the rate you guys hit two that time was really great. Not a lot of those were actually assisted. So how did you like the guys sort of taking what the defense gave, being aggressive and not overpassing or something?
Yeah, I mean, we like high passing numbers, but we don't want to pass for pass sake. You know what I'm saying? We like playing in 0.5, and sometimes when you play in 0.5, your assists can come down because guys can play off the dribble and get to the mid range. I'm probably a minority in the league, but I don't mind twos because if you have a good defense, the twos allow for you to set your defense, and twos also are shorter rebounds, and they don't allow for teams to get out and transition quickly. And so we have guys that can make those shots. I mean, Chris, Book, McHale, DA, Campaign, like we have a bunch of guys that can make them. We encourage it. One, because they can make those shots, and two, it allows for us to set our defense. Yeah. Well, I thought his size would help us against, I mean, Chicago's big. I mean, Caruso's 6'4", DeSuma's like 6'4", 6'5", and then Levine and DeRozan, like you're playing against a much bigger team. And so we looked at the film from our last game, and Elfrid was a big part of that game. And defensively, he has savvy and he understands how to guard and he knows how to play on the weak side. It just worked out. You know, it's one of those things you decide right before the game, and it just worked out for us. Is that right?
As you get closer to that, Jay was saying, winning takes care of everything.
Yeah.
Still, just knowing you now, just 3 awards.
I can't even do that. That's not my mindset. I can't even go there. You know, I'm so focused on getting into the film and getting ready for practice tomorrow and sack. You know, that's my mindset. Pop taught us a long time ago, all the doofuses who've come through San Antonio, you know, don't skip steps. And you can, you know, think about it because you're human, but it's a quick thought for me. It's right back to the fundamentals of how to continue our program and get ready for the next day.
You said Jack on was threes, but you know, Cam's absence, Cam's absence, that's fine. Kind of integral having Torrey shoots as many threes as he has, but he balance, right?
I mean, I don't mind the threes that he takes. Like I said, when he's doing all three, you know, when he's shooting threes, attacking the basket off the dribble, and going to the offensive boards, that's who Torrey is. And, you know, without Cam, the numbers may come down more because Cam flicks it almost as good as anybody on our team from that distance. But I think Torrey does a good job. He has done a good job lately of taking what the defense is giving him. I thought when we got him back, he was settling a bit for threes. I think, again, the balance and the mixing up in his game on offense has really helped us.
I don't know if the word got around about talking about the officiating, but you got 7 attempts in the first half.
I know. I appreciate it. You must put the word out for me, man. That's more than I had in 2 weeks, in 1.5. I appreciate.
Were you thinking that during, or were you?
I was like, this is more free throws than I had all week at 7. So, I mean, just still trying to be aggressive, man. Don't let it, fluster me or shake me. Once it gets playoff time, they're not going to call much anyway. So, the preparation for that is, don't hunt fouls. Just go out there and try to score the basket. And that's just what I've been trying to do.
What's sticking with you the most about the win tonight? What things or points that you like, that was good for us, or that was better or improved for us?
I mean, that's a really good team over there. And, we play really well. I mean, we get up for those types of games. I think they're top 4, top 5 seed in the East. Last time we played them, they were the 1 seed. So, we enjoy that matchup. Obviously undermanned with Jay and Chris out. But just trying to play the way we've been playing. Everybody share the ball, defend at a high level, get out in transition, and make plays for each other.
Or how do you like DA get into that face-up game a little bit more?
Yeah, I like it a lot. I mean, his touch is there. I think he's been more physical than he's ever been as of recent. And, he's noticing how big he is. And, at any point when he's in that paint or even outside the paint, he can go to that jump hook and it's cash.
You guys have a good problem to have at some points with overpassing, but tonight was one of those nights where the assist totals were low, but you guys still shot it really well. How did you like the guys not looking for passing at times and just shooting when it was there?
I mean, yeah, it's simple as, the ball moves faster than the man. It's like kindergarten basketball tip. And, we stick with that. The ball bounces around and, even if you're not getting a shot on the possession, at least you got to touch it and swing it. So, it's not so foreign when you catch it. So just finding that rhythm, everybody involved, and just equal opportunity offense.
Coach was saying how he's learning just different ways to coach you because it's been like the roster changed so much when we got there.
Mm-hmm.
Changed again. Just maybe what are the things that you've seen that he's utilizing you at now that maybe he didn't even last year?
That's a good question. I think we both trust each other to a high level. He sent me a text after one game and was like, I don't say it enough, but I appreciate you letting me coach. I said, I do that because I know how much you care and how much you know more about this game than me. If it wasn't that way, it might be a little different. But, he puts the work in. Coach is locked in at all times, and, he does a great job of controlling the room, controlling temperaments, egos, and, he makes it look really easy because he has those personal relationships with everybody.
You guys are now 9-4 without Chris Paul since he went down, plus that win over Houston before the break after he went down. Have you personally gotten a little bit more vindication, or do you just feel like everyone else needed to see you guys could win without Chris Paul?
No, we do need that, especially when it comes down to the come down. But, we know how talented this team is, and, we always pride ourselves on that. And I always say nobody can replace what Chris does out there. And we know how much we're going to need him when it comes into this playoff run. But, in the meantime, we're just out there trying to hold it down. I mean, campaign stepping up big, not only scoring the ball, but making sure everybody's involved and everybody's just attacking, at all angles. So that's how it has to be. That's what I'm encouraging, when everybody gets the ball. I told Landry multiple times today, I don't want to see another pass out of you. I just want you to shoot the ball. And, we have guys that are understanding that, there's going to be spots for you to score at all times, especially with the attention me and Chris will have on us.
Well, schedule-wise, it's a weird end of the year. No more home stands, just a couple of road trips. How do you kind of mentally approach that? Is it maximizing the time you've got here at home before the playoffs start?
We just have to take what the schedule gives us and, rock out. I know, we see that 60 number close, so that's definitely a motivation for us. 3 games away from that and just locking up the number 1 seed. We know how important home court advantage is. And, even when it comes all the way down to, the finals, having home court advantage. So, we just want to keep getting better, man. It's almost that time of the year, and, we're ramping up for it.
Are you guys worth 62?
Is that the franchise record? Now I am. Appreciate that, Kevin.
Still perfect. Just making what was working tonight.
Yeah, I just think we got off to a good start, offensively and defensively. That's a great way to start any game, and then continue with that and build on it and get the lead that we got and sustain it and maintain throughout the second half was pretty impressive as well.
You had said before that, when you started the last game, that you didn't know until you got to the arena, but you probably knew had a little bit more time to know you were going to start. Tonight, did it change as far as preparation? Or?
Nah, I think I knew Jay was going to be out doing shoot around this morning, so just walking through some of their sets and going over some of our offensive sets and things of that nature. But I kind of knew that he was going to be out tonight.
Monty mentioned, when he talks about the balance in your game, he talks about attacking and hitting threes, but also your ability to crash the glass offensively. Do you view that as kind of a weapon in your game? And at what point did you kind of approach it that way?
Yeah, I definitely think it's an advantage I have with my size and length to kind of crash on smaller guys and just try to take the best angles I can to get us extra possessions. It's kind of, I had a knack for it for a while. I've been doing it ever since high school and college. So it's translated pretty well on the NBA level. So I'm just kind of continue to do that because it definitely gives us an edge.
Is that something that you kind of just discovered is like an innate talent that you have, or is that something that you can work at? Or
I mean, it's mostly just effort and kind of and a little bit of timing, but yeah, I think it's huge for us because we got a lot of guys on this team that can do it as well, like Mikal and JaVale and DA and guys like that to get us extra possessions. So those are huge in games, and it's kind of like a confidence killer for the other team as well. So I'm just going to try to continue to do that.
Nah, it's on.
We know. Just what's standing out to you about this game as far as what you guys?
Coach put me in there for a quarter for about 20 seconds and took me out. That's about it. No, I'm playing. I'm playing. But no, today we set the tone early with physicality. Just everything we had in the shooting around, we brought it over to the game. That's what I was really proud about. And just communicating and everybody staying on top of themselves, basically just holding up their end of the bargain. It wasn't really much to say. Everything was just fluid. And, what I'm saying? We was moving very fast, rebounding on the glass early. Book looked at me, I think going into the third, like, hey, we got to show these dudes they can't compete with us. We getting ready for the playoffs. Let's not play the scoreboard. And then, it brought in a different drive, you know what I'm saying? They're down 20, but we still want to, you know what I'm saying? Because we're working on us. At the end of the day, we're not working. We're not, you know what I'm saying, against who we're playing or whatever the time or the score is saying. We're working on Suns basketball to get ready for the playoffs.
What's it meant to have Craig on the glass?
I'm going to need Craig to get off my glass, man. But nah, I actually like it. It's a lot of help, especially when I'm reading and switching out on these guards. Craig crashing the glass, putting pressure on them dudes, man, giving us second chances. I think today was the perfect example. It was me at first, and Craig came in, kicked it out to D-Buck, shut the place down. That's what take life out of teams, and that's what give us momentum. So we won't stop doing stuff like that that help us be great.
You got that spin move going
Mm-hmm.
tonight. You saw that against UNLV in college. You said that jab, when you use that jab, it feels like back in college.
Most def. Yeah. And me, I think what I really added is just I'm slowing down a little bit. I'm letting everybody get out the way a little bit, do their cutting, and just, you know what I'm saying? Because usually it's not the dude guarding me. It's the guard that's either passing through or still in my, you know, in my dig area or my post area where he's, you know, getting his hand on the ball a little bit. But just being patient down there. And B told me, like, hey, once you clear everybody out, you know, it's yours. The floor is yours in that area, in that aspect. So yeah, the spin move, man, is getting the contact, getting the physicality, absorbing all of that, and trying to finish through all of that.
On a related note, Monty was talking about that physicality when it comes to hook shot. There are a couple you had with Vucevic playing pretty physical. Mm-hmm. Is that something that you feel like has kind of evolved as your game has evolved?
Most def. I play against a lot of dudes. And, you know, going through the playoffs, you know, there's certain things that's going to be there regular season, there's certain things that's going to be cut off. And, you know, the hip check when I'm shooting my jump hooks was a thing where I was a little bit weak. You know, dudes were pushing me off a little bit off the block. And, you know, when I wanted to seal, I was fading away. So, you know, I was in the weight room just getting my base a little stronger, you know, making that hook shot a go-to thing, you know, and, you know, just finishing up, I'm really jumping into that jump hook like I'm getting an alley-oop, so they can't meet me up top. So that's the thing I really try to, you know, master.
What's the saying how the moves authoritative, like more this way than that way? Mm-hmm. Has that been a conscious effort, or has it just been how maybe they see it as progress?
Playoffs right there, man. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be the aggressor. I can't let them be the aggressor to me. That's what I did last year. So this is just me tightening up. I'm polishing up my shoes before I go march. That's about it. You know, knowing that these dudes are gonna, you know, refs ain't gonna call nothing. They're gonna let us play a little bit. You know, I had to tell the refs today, I was like, hey, they're gonna be physical out here now. You know, this son's basketball. This is what we getting ready for the offs. You know, all he had to do is just, he gave me a little head nod. It's like, you respect it because it's real talk. You know, we ain't out here being extra, but hey, man, it's just in our way to get over there. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't treating them with no different treatment. It's hard-nosed basketball in the Valley.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong with what you were saying about the defender and giving you kind of space to operate. Is it sort of spatial awareness for you against your man? Like you had the catch on the elbow the other day and you just drove right by him. Yeah. You kind of understood now where you have space.
Yeah, it's reads. You know, some plays, you know, some of these guys know our plays inside out where they know we're going to book. And I'll just break off a play, you know, and just go straight to the rim because I'm not just going to sit here and DHO and I'm going to make you work too. You know what I'm saying? If you don't stop me, you get one on your head. But, you know, other than that, just reading where I can go, when I cannot go, or, you know, today, you know, putting it on the floor a little bit and probably even chucking it up at the rim and going to get it. You know, it's just basketball at the end of the day. You know, teams really do a good job on our ATO plays where they negate book, and we just got to figure it out.
Is this something you couldn't really see for yourself 2-3 years ago? Because I think you said at the start of this, I got the defense thing figured out. Like it's less.
Yeah. Most def. And just, you know, hearing what our opponents call out, the coverages and stuff like that, you know, you hear those, the terminology they use, you know what it is. And, you know, you just click in right away, like, oh, you're taking this away, so I'm gonna just take this. You know, take what the defense give you. That's basketball. Encounter everything.